Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga with Britney. Make sure you guys can see me. We're gonna get started in a few. Hi, how are you? Okay, just making sure you guys could hear me clearly. You could see my mat. We're gonna get started. Some music ready. So we're gonna start by laying down on our mats with our eyes closed. We're going to bring attention to our bodies, aligning ourselves here, just relaxing our bodies. Take this time to bring focus to your body, making sure you're tuning in and releasing what doesn't serve you today. You could go ahead and take your right hand and place it right on top of your belly. And as you inhale, I want you to feel as your belly expands. And then exhale out. Sink your belly all the way back to your spine. And just go ahead and do that at your own pace. Really focusing on your breath here. Inhaling and exhaling out through the mouth. We're going to slowly inhale our right leg in, holding it against your chest. Rotating that right ankle as you hold your right leg. Pulling it in as close to your chest as much as possible here. And now slowly bring it to the outside of that right shoulder. But bringing it, still holding it close to your body as much as possible here. Then bringing it back to center once more. Bringing it in closer to your chest, holding it here. Rotating your ankle once more. And slowly releasing that down the mat. Feeling the difference in your inner thigh area. I'm going to take it to the other side. So inhale your left leg in. Holding it as close to your chest as much as possible. Rotating the left ankle here. And then slowly bring out that left leg to the outside of your left shoulder. Holding it close as much as you can. Then bring it in close to your chest. Bring it back to center. Holding it here for a few seconds. And slowly releasing that down the mat. We're going to take our right leg in once more. We're going to place that our left hand on top of our right knee and slowly guide it to fall over to the left side of the mat. You're going to take your right hand out, stretching your right hand as far as you can, just straight out. We're just warming up the spine here, doing a few gentle spinal twists. Coming back to center, allowing that leg to drift down the mat. We're going to take it to the other side. So left knee comes in. Place your right hand on that knee and slowly guide it to the right side of the mat. Back. And again, taking that left hand and stretching it straight out. slowly bring that left knee back into your chest, hugging it close to your body, and then releasing it down the mat. We're going to take both knees into the chest, wrapping our arms around them from elbow to elbow, and slowly just massage your lower back area here by rocking side to side. We're going to slowly release our legs and allow our legs to fall over to the right side of our mat. You're going to take a look down your body and making sure that your hips and your shoulders are in line. You could always stay here, but if you like a deeper stretch, you're going to take that top leg and straighten it all the way out. If that top leg is straightened, you're going to try and bring it in as close to your head as much as possible or towards your body. And feeling that stretch in our hamstrings here. And slowly lifting both legs up, coming back to center, massaging that lower back area. Then allowing our legs to drift over to the left side of the mat. Remembering to take a look at your body, make sure your hips and shoulders are in line. You're going to take that top leg and stretch it all the way out. If you want a deeper stretch, aiming your toes towards your body. Holding it here. And slowly bringing that top leg, lifting both legs back up into center, hugging them once more, massaging that lower back area. And then from here, we're going to slowly roll ourselves up and come all the way into your tabletop position here. We're going to go through some cat and cow poses. So we're going to inhale into cow, rounding our backs here. And exhaling, arching our backs, look up into cat. Inhale, round, cow. Exhale out, cat. Inhale, round. sit out cat. And from here, we're gonna do different variations that you can take. So on your inhale, when we're rounding our backs, you can come all the way down into child's pose, and then come forward, arching our backs, coming all the way down into upward facing dog. Doing whichever you like. And you could also either rotate your back here. So starting from the side, you can just rotate your hips into like a circle. Essentially, that's what you're doing. And then switching it to the opposite side. And we're gonna shift our left hand in the middle of the mat, making sure our fingers are spread wide. Taking our left leg back and taking our right hand out, balancing here, making sure our back is nice and straight. So you might need to bring up that back leg and squeeze in your core here to keep your balance helps. We're gonna bend that back leg, reaching back, grabbing onto that ankle, kicking that back leg all the way up. And slowly releasing that down. We're gonna take it to the other side. So right leg goes back and left hand goes out. Holding your balance here. And slowly bending that back leg, grabbing onto the ankle, then kick back that back foot. And slowly releasing that down, coming down into your child's pose. And while you're in your child's pose, we're going to take your hands and clasp them behind us. And slowly lift them above our heads here, stretching out our shoulders. And slowly releasing that down. We're going to slowly come back up into our tabletop, flipping those back toes, lifting our hips up into our first downward facing dog. From here, we're going to pedal out our legs left and right, coming up on your tippy toes, and slowly releasing the heels towards the mat. Coming into our plank position, lowering ourselves down. Inhaling up into our upward facing dog. And while we're in our upward facing dog, we're going to take a look over our left shoulder, holding it here, releasing our shoulders, making sure our shoulders are not scrunched up towards our ears. So looking over that left shoulder. Coming back to center, taking a look over that right shoulder. Coming back to center, flipping those back toes, lifting your hips up into downward facing dog. We're going to lift our right leg into the air, swinging it through to a high lunge. Holding our hands up, and then slowly come forward, holding it here, pressing into our knees some more, then dropping that left hand on the side of that foot, or the foot in front, then lifting our right hand all the way up. Then switching hands, so right hand comes all the way down, and left hand goes up. Bringing down that left hand, straddling that front leg. We're going to take that front leg to meet the one in the back. Pedaling out our legs left and right here again. We're going to take it to the other side, so left leg goes up. Swing it through to a high lunge. With our arms all the way up. We're going to come forward into our high lunge. Pressing into our knees some more, holding it here. And dropping that right hand on the inside of that leg. Inhaling our left hand up. Then switching hands. So right hand comes all the way up. Releasing that down. We're going to just take our back leg, our right leg to meet our left leg in the front. Making sure that our legs are together. We're going to put a small bend in our front legs, in both legs. Just folding over our bodies here, holding it here. And we're going to take our hands and bring it towards the mat. Some of us may be here at our shins, or some of us might be touching our ankles, or some of us might be able to get our hands all the way to the ground, or just on our toes. But wherever you are today, we're going to slowly bicycle out our legs here. So as the left knee is bent, you keep the right leg straightened, and then switch. So right knee is now bent, and left knee is straight. And we're going to do this for a few times. Slowly, really pressing into that leg that is straightened. Then switch. Switch. And then switch one more time. And then bring our legs back to neutral, either straighten or put a little bend in them. Then we're gonna slowly roll ourselves up with our head being last. And we're just gonna shake out our legs here. Then we're gonna take our legs out to the side of our mats, spreading them wide apart. We're gonna take our toes and point them inwards. And then we're gonna place our hands on our hips. And from here, we're gonna slowly hinge from the waist, coming into a flat back. So our eyes should be gazing at the floor. And we're gonna take our hands out, holding it here, then slowly releasing our hands towards the mat. Adjusting our bodies as we go, so you may need to spread your legs even wider apart to get your palms towards the mat. And from here, we're gonna slowly just walk our hands back towards the back of the mat, holding ourselves between our legs. And with our hands back to the front of the mat, we're gonna do some lunges. So we're gonna bend into that right knee, coming all the way down, flexing our left foot. Making sure that we're feeling the stretch in our thigh area. So some of us may need to come all the way up, or we need to slide that left leg down the mat some more, holding it here. And then coming back to center with both legs straightened. Then walking yourself over to the left. Now flexing our right foot. Coming back to center, walking yourself over to the right, flexing the left foot. Each time you go to the opposite side, try to see if you could sink your hips even lower towards the mat. Remembering to breathe. So we're going to inhale, coming up, then exhale out as we go over to the left side. Coming back to center with our legs straightened. Just holding it here. We're gonna grab onto our ankles, pulling ourselves down. And releasing that. We're gonna place our hands on our hips and slowly round our backs all the way up. We're gonna slowly get into our hips now. So I want you to draw your legs in a bit closer, not as wide as before. Make sure your toes are pointing outwards this time. And from here, we're gonna slowly bend our knees. And there's very different variations. So if this feels more comfortable to you, you could hold it here. But if you like to challenge yourself, you're gonna slowly release your hands, hold them here, or prayer motion, and slowly coming up. Seeing how that feel on our hips. We're gonna do that a couple times. So we're gonna sink our hips all the way down. Coming as low as you can. Holding it at whichever variation. If your hands are on your knees, you can kind of go side to side. And then release your arms. Then come all the way up. And that's 2. Remembering to breathe. Slowly getting into our hips, which are usually the most tightest part of our bodies here. We're coming down one more time. Remembering to breathe through it. So sinking our hips towards the mat. Really feeling our hips open up here. Holding it for as long as you can. Releasing our arms. Slowly coming up. Great job, everyone. Coming back to center and just shaking out your legs here. Whew. Very slowly inhale our arms up. Come all the way down, folding over our bodies. Place our hand on our shins, look up, flat back, arch your back. And then bringing our palms towards our mat, just stepping both legs back. You're coming down to our knees and just coming back into a child's pose. Taking this time to take a few inhales and exhales here. slowly come up. We could either be right on top, having both legs tucked under our thighs, or we could kind of spread our knees apart so our legs is kind of not tucked under so much. Whichever you feel is comfortable for you here. So for me, it feels better when my legs are tucked directly under my thighs. And from here, we're gonna slowly just come down. Either you could be on your palms here, or if you can, you're gonna come all the way down to your forearms. As you come down, you may need to adjust your body to your liking. And if this isn't okay and you want to challenge yourself some more, then slowly come all the way down. And then taking our hands above our heads. So which variation you took today, that's fine. But always try to see if you can push your body just a little bit more to get a deeper stretch. But make sure you're listening to your body so you're not overstretching your body. So you might be feeling this stretch in your lower back area or maybe your quads. Just inhaling, taking one big deep inhale, expanding our bellies, and then exhaling out, sinking our stomach towards our spine. And just feeling the tension release out of our bodies as we hold the palms. And then slowly bringing your hands back to your side. Propping yourself back on your forearms. Then slowly coming out of that pose. Bringing our legs back together. Then coming all the way down back into your child's pose to counteract that back stretch. From here, we're going to come into our tabletop, flipping our back toes back into downward facing dog. We're going to come into our plank position, lower yourself down, inhale up into our upward facing dog, looking back, flipping those back toes, coming into our downward facing dog. Pedaling out our legs here. We're going to inhale our right leg up and swing through to a low lunge. Making sure that we're nice and straight in our low lunge and that our knees are not over our ankles. And from here, we're going to slowly press forward, walking that front leg out as you sink your hips towards the mat. So we might be feeling this on our inner thigh area, inner quads. But holding this position here, making sure that your knee is not over your ankles. If you like to go deeper in this pose, you're going to press into your left palms, then bend that back knee, slowly reaching back, grabbing onto that ankle, and pulling it forward towards you. If this is too much, you could stay in the previous pose. Remembering to always listen to your body. Then releasing that down. And then we're going to slowly walk our hands back, coming into our half split. So making sure that right foot is flexed and it's directly in the middle of the mat. If this feels like you're overstretching your hamstrings, you can always put a gentle bend in that front knee. But making sure that our hips are nice and squared. So if you feel like your hips is kind of twisted to the side, just gently turn them until they're centered. And you can either be on your fingertips or coming all the way down to on your palms. And just aiming for your forehead to touch your knee. And you could switch up the position of your arms, so you could have them all the way out towards your foot, or directly in the middle of the mat, or bringing them all the way to the back. Playing around in the position to see which one you like. And from here, we're going to slowly come forward. We're going to take that right hand, bringing it on the inside of that leg, walking that right foot out to the edge of the mat and allowing it to sink away. So you're going to be on the side of your right foot, taking your right hand, placing it on your right knee and pushing away. Your right knee. Then coming back to center, releasing that, we're gonna do different variations of lizard pose. So you could always say here, or you can flip the back toes and lift your foot up, holding it here. Or if your back foot is down, you can come all the way down to your forearms, holding it here, but making sure that the knee is not going off to the side, it's nice and forward. And if you're down all the way here, you can always flip the back toes and come up. And once more, we're gonna walk ourselves back, shifting that right leg in the middle of the mat, coming into our half split one last time. Seeing if you could get even deeper into your half split. And slowly coming forward and bringing that leg to the back. Settling out our legs here. We're gonna lift our left foot in the air. Coming into our low lunge. So making sure to come up to see that you're nice, balanced, and straight. Whenever you're ready, you're gonna slowly press your hips towards the mat. Walk. As you do that, you're gonna walk out that front foot. Ooh. And like before, if you want a deeper stretch, you could bend that back foot, reaching back and pulling that foot close to you as much as possible. And then we're gonna slowly come back up. We're gonna take our left hand on the inside of our legs, walk in our left foot out towards the edge of the mat, then sinking our hips down further, and then pushing away that left knee gently. And slowly coming up, taking that left foot directly in the middle of the mat, adjusting yourself so you can come into the half split on your left side. And like I said before, you could always put a gentle bend in that front knee if you feel like you're overextending it. Either being on your fingertips or coming all the way down to your palms, or having your palms all the way out to the front or all the way to the back. Now always remember to keep your hips straightened, centered. You're going to slowly come forward. And whichever variation of lizard pose that you took on your right side, you can go ahead and do so now. So coming down to your forearms if you like, or staying propped up. And one more time, we're going to come into our half split. So walking that foot back into the center of the mat. Flex it, or left foot. And slowly coming forward, you're gonna lift that left leg in the back. You're gonna slowly walk our feet towards our hands and have the seat. Bringing our legs all the way out. Coming forward a bit and allowing our bodies to lay all the way down. We're gonna do a happy baby pose. So we're gonna take both legs up towards us. And you're gonna take your hands, put them on the inside of your feet or grab onto your toes. And spreading our legs as wide as you can here. But then you're gonna allow your left leg to drift down towards the mat, coming into a half happy baby pose. Making sure, try to see if that your left hip is not lifting off the mat. Taking a look at your right leg and keeping that foot flex. You're going to bring back the left leg up. Then release the right leg down towards the mat. And then bringing the right leg up for a full happy baby pose. And releasing it, bringing our legs together, hugging them, rocking side to side to massage your lower back area. Then allowing our legs to flow down towards the mat. Taking our hands above us and stretch our body as if somebody's pulling our legs in our hands. And slowly bringing our hands back towards the side of us. We're going to close our eyes here. And allow our bodies to just float in our mats. With our eyes closed. Allow our bodies to drift to our mats. Taking a couple of inhales and exhales. Relaxing our bodies here. Thanking our bodies for the performance of how we do yoga today. In this moment, you can either meditate on the day that you had or set your intention for tomorrow. Or just focus on clearing your mind. within this moment, take time to reflect on how you feel and how your body feels. And address whichever emotions or feelings that are going through your mind right now. And inhale in and exhale out. On your exhale, you want to release any negative emotion that does not serve you, or negative thoughts, or just any type of negativity. And from here, we're just going to wiggle our toes, wiggle our fingers, bringing back awareness to our body. And whenever you're ready, you're going to slowly come into a seated position. We're going to inhale our arms up. Bringing it to a prayer motion with our hands and our thumbs directly on our chest. And before we go, I would like to say a quick quote for you guys. And it says, "It takes a lot of courage to push through hard times. Never give up. Good things are coming your way." With that, I'd like to say namaste. I want to thank you guys so much for attending my class today. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll be teaching on Thursday again, so please do tune in. I hope you have a great rest of your week or day. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.